Oops. I think I might have just exploded one of my live streams by mistake. Please don't. Be great if I hadn't. I did. Oh well. Shields up, Iron Breakers. How's everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday afternoon? I just made a bit of a blunder because I had 2 live streams that were supposed to happen. And, yeah. One of them, I just hit go live twice, and I should have only done it once. So it is what it is. It's okay. We're doing a Mortal Shell thing after this, and I just messed that up. It's all good. It's all good, but how's everybody doing? We're going to be checking out some Dragon's Dogma 2. What is happening today is Jonno is playing the game with one of the developers, the director, Kento Kinoshita. And they're going to be doing like an interview type of situation. So we're going to be seeing some new gameplay for Dragon's Dogma 2. That is going to be some good stuffs. We're just waiting for the official broadcast, which should start in about 8 minutes, give or take. Pro streamer. Yes, I am. Very much so. You got a problem, sir? You got a problem, mate? Let me just go ahead. I just got to fix that mistake that I did earlier. Also, I got to play the game early. We posted a video earlier today. Hopefully you guys got to check out some of that. Just back over here. Wait, why is this? That ought to solve it. There we go. There we go. I figured they would be live already, but I guess I was wrong there. Any news when the update is coming out? No, I actually thought that it was going to be out by now. I thought the update was coming out maybe even before my video came out, which is why I even thought that one of the information that I wanted to put out there was how you get to do the additional 2 skills that we're getting. I thought that that was going to already be known by the time my video came out, which is the way that the 2 new skills work is you press triangle and circle or square and X for each of the 2 new additional skills. Naturally, there's the skill button that you have to press. I forget if it's left bumper or right bumper. It's one of those. And then you have to press 2 buttons rather than just pressing 1. That's how you get the access to the last 2 skills. Sadly, have no time to stay and watch. We will watch for later. Thank you, Trickter. Hopefully not bothering too much by asking when's the Capcom stream supposed to start. In about 5 minutes. At least that's what was scheduled, unless it was delayed. Actually, I should go on X. And let's see if... Let's see if there's anything new from the official account. Ooh, 14 minutes of Dragon's Dogma 2 docked running on Switch 2. Where is this? Bro, why did I not get the official Dragon's Dogma account? Thank you. Yeah, here it is. Join us live Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. So, yeah, I don't think there's been any updates in regards to this. So this is when things are going live. So it should be going live in about 4 minutes or so on the official channels. So is it good or is it good? It's amazing. I loved it. It's really, really, really fun. Looks like there's going to be more port crystals this time around because you're going to be expected to teleport back more often in order to do the whole the identification of the spoils and stuff like that. So that's one of the things. There's like this checkpoint thing now where you go to these hitching posts and you use the hooking cables, and that creates kind of like a shortcut for the next time you go around. It's pretty good. Do you think expanded button layouts will become standard for next console gen, like back paddles, extra face but I don't think we need that. I don't think you need more buttons. Like, sure, the paddles are very useful, but I don't think you need them. I think that, you know, Final Fantasy XIV did something amazing. You're able to map, like, I think I did the math on at one point, it was like 32 buttons onto a controller. It's like if Final Fantasy XIV can put 32 buttons on a controller with its control scheme, I think that, you know, other people just need to take inspiration from that particular control scheme and work with that instead of trying to put more buttons on the controller, personally. Because very few games actually need 32 buttons. You know? You don't need 32 key mappings for most games. The only thing that usually needs that is MMOs, and that's because MMOs are bloated by nature. Final Fantasy XIV's cross hotbar for controllers is crazy good. Yeah, it is. Will the pawns be crossplay if so you can steal their pawn? Actually, I don't know. I thought the pawns were crossplay, but I actually don't know. If the pawns are not going to be crossplay, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I hope they are. Got the final boss of Mortal Shell 2 last night. It feels like that last zone is designed by a completely different team. Yeah, Gorget, that's the same vibe that I got. That is pretty much the same vibe that I got when it comes to that stuff, which kind of sucked. Your video on Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen motivated me to complain the main PG for the DLC as level 40 seems good enough. I was playing with level 50 characters, felt very challenging. I don't know if 40 is going to be enough. Got a reminder for someone in chat, my controller started to drift. What controller is it? Some controllers are fairly easy to clean. You can go to, is it iFixit? I think it's iFixit. iFixit teaches you how to disassemble, and then you just gotta clean up the little bits. You can use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Not too much, you know, just like a smidge of rubbing alcohol on a piece of cloth or something. Just like, clean that stuff up. I've done it multiple times. PS5. So the DualSense, yeah, it's not the easiest, but it's not super complicated to clean up so that you don't get drift anymore. It's very doable. Honestly, you're overpowering a lot of bosses and their mechanics while the last boss fights require to parry hard and properly. No, that's not the point. The point is that at the end, most enemies are two-shotting you. And it's like the monolith boss, it was just garbage. Like I'm sorry. And here's the thing. It was like 1 or 2 days after I defeated that boss, they nerfed that boss and they made its moveset more readable. Which is not surprising because you couldn't understand what the fuck was going on in that boss. They specifically stated in the patch notes, we made these changes so that this boss is more fair. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Because that boss was a piece of trash. Did not see any review talk about enemy variety. I mean, we only got to play for 1 hour, so there's only limited amount of time that you can try to figure out what enemies are there and what not. Let me go ahead and mute the background music that I had. So now we're just waiting on our man, Jonno. Is the whole DLC one biome snow? It's like the bit that I was playing, you still have like you know, what looks like woodland area. So there's kind of that there's that burnt grass from the ice, and then there's trees, and then there's patches of snow here and there. And then as you progress more and more, it becomes gradually more snowy. So I'm assuming you're going to have like patches of woodland area with a little bit less snow. Then there's going to be more snowy areas. But overall, I think that the overall theme is going to be a more snowy zone. Yes. But the thing is, that's not the only thing that is being added, right? So you also have the dungeons that are being added in the overworld and all that. So you're expected to also go back to the main world to do that. Any thoughts on enemy variety? Like I said, I only got to play for 1 hour. I faced Bjorken, I faced wolves, I faced a frost giant, which looked kind of like their version of the Cyclops, because it's really big, except it's got loads of woolly fur and stuff like that. I saw on the Switch the Frost Dragon, which is like a dragon that casts frost spells. It's not something that we haven't seen before. And I saw the Undead Dragon. It's like it's 1 hour is not necessarily the best gauge when it comes to, oh, here's how much improved in terms of enemy variety, right? It's only 1 hour of gameplay. Gore Cyclops? Yeah, something along those lines, kind of. Is the ice dragon just a color change or really something changed? I mean, it seemed familiar to previous dragons that we've seen. He was holding up one of his paws like this, casting spells. I think I've seen other dragons do that. But he does do, like, ice spells and very thematic. People in chat saying, the wind is pushing me into the currents again. Do you know when we're going to be having the performance patch for Dragon's Dogma 2? No, I do not know when that's coming. Like I said, I thought that was going to be released before my video even came out. Ermagate, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat, appreciate support, thank you. Sadly, can't stay working. Quick question, do you think that the DLC will fix the garbage ending and or pointless romance system? No, I don't think so. The DLC is going to be self-contained, very much like at least that would be my expectation, that the DLC is going to be self-contained like the original Dark Arisen. Which, if you remember, in the original Dark Arisen, like, stuff doesn't actually change in terms of the endings or the romance system or anything like that in the base game. It's like it's its own self-contained story. So I would not expect that. Victor, that was a joke. You don't have to be so mean. Jesus. That was a joke, dude. I'm pretty sure that was a joke. It was fine. Is it a good self-contained story, though? That's the question. I mean, like I said, I only played 1 hour of it. I don't know. No, I haven't seen Punk Duck's video on Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hello everyone.
There he is!
Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen Gamescom livestream. My name's Jonno. I'm the Senior Community Manager at Capcom Europe. And to my left, we have Patrick, who you may recognize from other Capcom streams in the past. And he will be translating for us today. And of course, we have a very, very special guest. We have the director of Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen, Kento Kinoshita.
こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
Hi everyone, nice to be here.
Kinoshita-san, it's awesome to have you here at Gamescom. I hope you're having a fantastic time. How are you finding it so far?
Gamescom に来てお気持ちはいかがでしょうか？
初めてこんな大
Patrick
き
is
な会
looking
場で
great.
ゲームズコムに来たので非常にワクワクしてますし、カプコンブースで2 Dark Arisen 遊べるのでぜひ遊びに来てください。
This is actually my first time at Gamescom, so it's been overwhelming to see what a huge scale the event takes place
Like-
at. And of course, as you know, we have
Patrick,
Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen playable on our booth
This
here,
gentleman
so anyone who's
here,
able to make
he
it
looks
here as well,
healthier
please
than the
come
last
and
time I
give
saw
him
him. Not that he
Absolutely.
looked
If you're in
bad, but he
Hall
looks
9, you
healthier,
have to come
like
over to the
thinner,
Capcom booth and get
healthier,
your
like he's
hands
probably
on
been working
Dark
out.
Arisen. Now, on today's stream, we're obviously going to be chatting about Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen, but we're also going to show off some gameplay. We're going to be taking on a powerful foe
Jonno
from the
looks massive.
expansion,
He
Fimble
is!
the Ice Dragon.
I'm surprised
Now,
people
before we
don't
get
know.
into that, though, Kinoshita-san, could you please give us an overview of what Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen is for the uninitiated?
ではダークリズンのことを知らないユーザー向けに簡単に概要を説明してもらえますか。
はい、To Dark Arisen には3つの要素があります。滅んだオードと忘れられた試技と追加エディットパーツ、この3つの要素がワンパッケージになっている追加 DLC です。
Yeah, there's kind of three main pillars to the expansion. Firstly, we've got the new two sections of content. One is the new Norgan map area, which is appearing in the Fallen Kingdom. The second is the Dungeons of Lost Rites, which are being added to the original area.
The
and
12
thirdly, we've
dungeons,
expanded
yeah.
the popular character creator. So there's new edit parts, hairstyles, tattoos for you to create your Arisen and main pawn with.
That sounds very good.
また、滅びのオードでは戦闘や探索でさまざまなレリックを手に入れられるシステムが特徴になっています。
The main sort of feature of the new Fallen Kingdom content is the loot-based relic gameplay cycle, where you'll be able to pick up all kinds of relics during your adventures and see what gear you can get. So hope you look forward to it.
I very much am. And thank you for the overview. And on top of that, when creating an expansion like this, have you approached it to make it welcoming and accessible to those new to Dragon's Dogma 2, or will pick it up when the expansion arrives, as well as keeping it challenging for existing fans?
The challenge is very important. Like, supposedly we're going to be getting a hard mode, but we don't know exactly when that's coming. I really want the hard mode.
やっぱりコアなゲームファンでいてくださる方たちには新エリアでチャレンジングな戦闘を楽しんでいただきたいですし、新しく始めてくださるユーザーさんにもアップデートで遊びやすくするアップデートを行っているので、その2つを並行して遊びやすくコアなチャレンジもできるというアプローチを取ってきました。
My approach has been to try and make sure that alongside introducing new meaty challenging content for existing Dogma veterans, for all our Arisen out there, that new players who are maybe thinking this is a great time to get into Dragon's Dogma 2, for them we've been updating the main game with improved quality of life features. We've already had one update and there's another one soon to come. So I think that by doing those two different approaches, hopefully both kinds of players will find something for themselves in this new update.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And kind of following on from that, were there any particular focal points from the base game of Dragon's Dogma 2 that you really wanted to build upon with Dark Arisen?
本編の方から拡張してダークリズンで作りたかった要素などありますでしょうか。
そうですね。基本的には全く新しい体験を楽しんでいただきたいという思いはあるんですけれども、拡張要素として力を入れているのはやはり戦闘をカスタムスキルセットを今後4枠から6枠に増やすんですけれども、そういったアップデートも込みで、多彩な戦闘カスタムスキルいろんなノルガンで取れる新しいスキルも含めて、多彩なスキルセットをしてお気に入りのジョブであったりポーンを連れて戦いを楽しんでほしいというところです。
In addition to having the brand new feeling of the frozen wastelands of Norgan that are being added to the game, I wanted to build on the Dragon's Dogma 2 combat system. As we've previously mentioned, we'll be bringing the number of weapon skills you can set at any given time from 4 up to 6. And I think that that's going to bring a whole new range of tactical possibilities to the combat, whether it's vocations that you're already using for yourself or your main pawn, or whether you want to maybe try a new vocation. There's just going to be so many more possibilities.
Sounds like a plan. And on top of that, I think it's time to get stuck into the gameplay. You know, Fimble's waiting for us, so let's not keep them waiting.
Fimble is the name of the Frost Dragon.
And we are doing this live as well.
This is on PlayStation 5 Pro, if I'm not mistaken.
So here we go, and Fimble is down here as a advanced quest. Now, this is what, if you come to Hall 9, you can play here at Gamescom as well. So if you think you can do better than me, you can come and give it a go. Now, here are the vocations you can select specifically for this demo. Now, I am a thief main. I love my thief, but I also like casting, because there's nothing like magic in Dragon's Dogma 2. So I'll be playing the Sorcerer for today's demonstration.
頑張ってください。フィンブル強いです。
Fimble's quite a tough enemy, so best of luck to you.
Thank you. I'll try to do you proud. And here we are. We are in the Bjorken stronghold for this, and I'm joined by Ellie, who is our thief. We have May, the mage, so she'll be supporting us, and Leo, who is already looting, and he is
May
our
the mage?
warrior. Now,
That
as you
is
can see, there is a
crazy.
raging blizzard here. Kinoshita-san, what impact does the blizzard have on players, and how can you kind of overcome it and get around it?
もう猛吹雪みたいな環境になって
The impact the blizzard has on players is you can't see the goddamn map.
そしてなんか対策とか必要でしょうか。
はい、ノルガンではこのような吹雪が舞うような寒い気象に遭うことがあります。で、プレイヤーはやっぱ寒いので凍えてしまう。で、動きが遅くなるというイメージでスタミナの上限が緩やかに減っていくというリスクがあります。
Yeah, whenever you come to particularly cold regions of Norgan, such as this blizzard that's happening right now, it isn't just for show, like a pretty effect. You're going to notice that your character starts to move more slowly, they start to freeze up, and actually your maximum stamina will gradually start to decrease.
Oof, I'm glad I
Just
have
like
some
Monster
protection.
も
Hunter.
ちろん対策も可能ですよ。
Of course, there are things you can do to ameliorate that.
Now, Kinoshita-san, what can you tell us about the boss we're about to fight?
これから挑むボス戦のことについて、
はい
少し触れてください。
はい、ノルガンを代表するエネミーアイスドラゴンとの戦いです。非常に強力な魔法と気象を操る力を持っています。
This is yeah, an extremely tough dragon enemy who's kind of the face of Norgan, if you will. It's the ice dragon Fimble. It's able to use extremely powerful ice magic on you, as well as weather-based effects too.
Trying to get a nice start there and making the most, obviously, the new 6 weapon skill slots. And while we're here, Kinoshita-san, what's your favorite vocation?
今ジョノが使っているのは
はい
お使いですけど、木下さんの好きな
Imagine
職
him
は
saying
何でしょうか？
Mystic
僕
Knight.
はプライベートでもよくプレイするのが
Like, I
ファイタ
really
ー
like
で
the
すね。
Mystic Knight. They didn't let me
スラ
put
ッ
him
シ
in
ュ
the
ボー
game.
ドの攻撃アクションが好きなのでよく選んでます。
When I play for fun, I like to have the fighter. You know, simple is best for me.
Hells
and
yeah.
For me, sword and board works perfectly.
Giga
so I stick to
Chad,
the
fighter.
And clearly, Fimble here has some very powerful attacks, but luckily I do have equipped the Magic Barrier, which is a new core skill for mages and sorcerer. How does that work exactly?
今回新しく追加されているスキルを使っているんですけど、どういうものなのでしょうか？
あ
Jonno
そうですね、
using the
マジックバリアは
lightning
今回次のアップデートから入るんですけれども、レスポンスよくバリアが張れるのと、あらゆる攻撃を防ぐことができます。
So yeah, I think you were referring to the new magic barrier skill that you're going to be able to pull off. This is something that's being actually added in the next update, and it's a really useful defensive skill that you can use to protect yourself and your party.
You're
at a
gonna be
moment's
able to have
Oh,
it
notice
in the
from really
update.
powerful attacks.
And I'm just going to pop a Grand Schism there. Now, you may have noticed me using Grand Salamander as well, those in chat. I'm not going to tell you how they're improved, so you're going to have to pay close attention to see how these enhanced versions of the skills behave.
Most of the ones that I got during the demo were just improved damage.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. That was close. That was close.
They have not officially announced the date for the title update, no.
How would you say the fight's going so far, Kinoshita-san? Who's your gold on?
これまでの戦いを見てどうですか？ジョノが勝つか、フィンブルドが勝つか、どちらになりますか？
今のところフィンブルの方が有利ですね。
At the moment, my money's still on Fimble. I have to be honest.
Fair, fair. It looks like this is a silence attack coming in, so I need to get moving because I do not want to be silenced as a caster. That would not be too helpful. Oh, ouch!
Bonk.
Oh, Nilby in there, its mouth.
Nom nom nom
プ
nom.
レイヤーの皆さんが戦うことになった時はフィンブルは炎の攻撃が有効なので炎のスキルを使っていただきたいのと、ここはやっぱり吹雪いてる場所なので寒さ対策をして挑んでもらえることをお勧めします。
For anyone who's going to take on this challenge at Gamescom or later when Dark Arisen is released, I have 2 tips for you. One is to try and use your fire attacks because
Yeah,
being
'cause it's
an
an ice dragon.
those are going to be very effective against him. And secondly, as we mentioned earlier, the weather effects are really going to slow you down and debuff you. So
You have
make
to
sure
eat
before
food
you
or
start
something.
this fight that you've taken care of the cold and that you've got something to deal with it, or else it's just going to get worse for you.
So prepare or prepare to fail.
Exactly.
寒さをしのぐには装備を着たりアイテムを使ったりキャンプでご飯を食べるなどさまざまな方法があります。
There's a few different ways you can deal with the extreme cold. One is through gear, another is through sort of curative items, and the third is when you eat a meal at camp, it gives you some protection against cold for a while.
チャンス
There we go. Here we go.
Chance
Let's get that
this.
heart.
You have a chance here.
I feel like I should have gone for a grand Seism there.
使う技間違えたんじゃないかな。
Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Move, 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 move.
He
Okay,
still
there you go. I
hasn't
didn't want to
completed
cancel it. I was
one full
committed.
gauge. That's crazy
On
the
that
amount of
note,
health this
when
thing
will
has.
players expect to encounter Fimble when they play the expansion?
実際にお家でエクスパンションを始めたときにどのぐらいの時間でこのフィンブル戦が登場するのでしょうか。
遊んでくださる遊び方にもよると思うんですけれども割とノルガンのストーリーの前半でこのフィンブルと戦うことができます。
Once you reach Norgan, the Fimble battle appears quite soon in the content, so you won't have to wait too long to take him on.
But
Damn,
you want
it's
to
one of
gear
the
up to
earlier
get ready for
bosses.
the freezing blizzard.
その前に猛吹雪に対策できるような防寒グッズとかも装備しないといけないんですよね。
そうですねノルガンには、拠点がある小さな村のようなところがあるので、まあ、そこで防寒に強い装備を作ったりレリックから入手したりとそういう方法がいくつかあります。
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be at the settlement in Norgan first when you get there, so that'll be a good opportunity for you to try and craft some gear that will deal with the cold, or maybe find some relics and see if you can get some good drops from that. So you can prepare before you meet Fimble at the settlement.
This looks like a big attack. Let's see how much damage it does. Oh, I was protected by the mage. Thank you, mage. I appreciate you.
メイジがマイクをかばってくれた。
Let's magic barrier.
Double
Magic
casting.
barrier.
Let's go. Protect me.
Even my dog is excited.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Great.
That's a strong skill.
Great.
So my stamina took a big hit, but I took no damage because I could absorb those blows. Kinoshita-san, is it the harder the blow, the more stamina it takes off you?
フィンブルの攻撃の強さによってスタミナが多く減るような感じなのでしょうか。今の
So that's how the new shield
あ
works?
マ
I
ジック
didn't
バ
play
リアを使っている
casters.
ときは敵の攻撃をブロックしてくれる代わりにスタミナを消費するようになっています。
Yeah, so in exchange for the fact that Magic Barrier protects you from having your HP damaged, it does give you a stamina
That's cool.
reduction. It's kind of a trade-off. So
Yeah, yeah.
you're giving
That's
up
a neat
stamina for the
mechanic.
fact that your health is remaining intact.
あと
Very handy.
フィンブルは今ストーリーの敵として戦ってますけど、ドレイクのようにノルガンのフィールドではここ以外にも出会う敵となります。
So this is the story encounter with Fimble, the one you'll encounter near the start of your adventure in Norgan. But just like Drake's in Dragon's Dogma 2, there will be other opportunities for you to come across and fight Fimble during your adventure. So it's not just this one time only.
Oh, I've got no stamina anyway. Oh,
Ooh, Jonno getting destroyed.
I was like, I need my magic barrier. But we did get the maelstrom off, so we traded blows. I think fair's fair there. And we're going to get another grand salamander off. Uh-oh, cancel barrier. Oh, I wasn't quick enough.
体力が減ってくるとフィンブルも激しく動いたりより強い技を使ってくるので
Careful,
注意が必要です。
As you've probably noticed by now, the harder you push Fimble and the more health you take off of it, it actually gets tougher and fights back harder and harder as the fight goes on. So you're kind of in that end phase of the battle where he's really coming at you.
He's rather enraged by the feel of it.
もう相当ご立腹のようなんですね。
Oh, this might be a good... and you can see the missiles up there as well.
Nice! The warrior, as per usual, the warrior or the fighter, always coming in clutch to save the mages. And now the mages get to play the hero after the warrior saved the whole party. Pretty much what you expect. Right?
Nice work from the pawns. I appreciate that very much.
いいチームワークでしたね。
Good, good.
Oh, I didn't have enough
Oh.
to stop that one. So magic barrier is strong, but it's not like a cure-all solution.
まあ、マジックバリアは強いんですけど、何でもかわせるわけではないんですね、100%。
あ、そうですね。もちろんタイミングにもよりますし、ちゃんと的確にバリアを張らないと防げないです。
Yeah, exactly. Also, it's largely a matter of timing. If you don't get the magic barrier up at the right time, you might still take a hit.
Let's see, does it protect me from status effects? No. So it
No.
will not protect you from status effects.
今のようなステータス攻撃にも無効なんですね。
そうですね。
あくまでも HP ダメージに対してのバリア。
There you go. Now you
Right,
can
so
shoot your little
Exactly.
staff
It's a
at it.
barrier against HP damage, not status effects.
See, I take these hits, so you, our faithful Arisen, don't
もう
have to.
皆さんの教育のために今の攻撃を食らったわけです。
本当ですか？
Are you sure about that?
It's entirely planned.
Are you sure
Fully
about that?
intentional?
100%.
Kento Kinoshita just hit him with the John Cena special. Are you sure about that?
おお。でも
I did
ちょっとポーンが。
誤算でしたね。
No, Leo.
字幕も出てますけど。
The hero now lies dead.
He's okay. He's okay, everyone.
He's fine.
So,
I like this director. Yeah,
other than
Kinoshita is
preparing, is
awesome.
there any other advice you would give to players against Fimble?
フィンブル戦において、防寒を先に対策するというのはあったんですけど、他に何かアドバイスありますか？
The tail slap.
そうですね。やっぱり炎のスキルを有効活用してほしいんですけど、もしくは、ポーンに
There it is.
炎のエンチャントをつけてもらって攻撃するなども有効です。
Yeah, in addition to the cold weather effects we mentioned, you could use your fire-related skills or have your pawn enchant you with the fire effect on your existing weapons.
Good
So
for
there's
those speed
lots of
warriors and
options.
fighters and mystic spear hands. And we're victorious here, so first of all, let's get that loot. Let's get some
Those
loot
are
here.
the
and
spoils.
it even appears that we have a clear sky now. Interesting.
もう吹雪が
Interesting.
青空に変わったんですね。
そうです。この場所で吹雪を起こしてたフィンブルを倒したから吹雪が収まりました。
Exactly. We defeated Fimble and suddenly that blizzard cleared the way to blue skies. So read into that what you will.
You know, I'm really glad I had those stock curatives for the Gamescom demo, and obviously to my pawns, a round of applause. They were incredible there.
回
Now,
復アイテムも助かったんですけど、ポーンたちのおかげなんですよね、今の戦いは。
Pawns were beast
見
mode.
てましたよ。
Yeah, he saw everything. He knows it was the team effort.
it really was, and
Team
obviously
effort.
we've picked up some relics, so we need to get those appraised. So we're going to go over to the Norgandian settlement now, and something I noticed when I picked up the relics, which I'll show in a second, is they seem to have a level attached to them. So let's have a little look at those.
Yeah, these are level 2.
We'll go over here. Did I jump past them? I did. So here we got 4 relics. They're level 2 on the ancient long weaponry, level 2 on an ancient bow staff, and level 2 on an ancient helm. Kinoshita-san, what does the level mean?
まあ、遺産品を入手
The
して
higher the
早
level,
速
the
鑑
better
定
the
しに
loot.
来たんで
It's the
すけど
same thing
レベ
as
ル
the
2
original
という
Dark
表記が
Arisen.
いくつかあったんですけど、
This
そ
is
のレ
just
ベルの意
Jonno
味合いと
asking
か仕様
for
について少し
the
教えて
people
も
that
らっていい
aren't
でしょうか。
aware of how the
はい
system's going to
手に
work.
入る遺産品にはレベルがあります。武器防具両方レベルがあって最大5段階までレベルが存在します。なのでストーリーを進めてより新しい強いエネミーだったり新しいエリアに行くことでより高いレベルの遺産品を手に入れることができます。
Yeah, so when you get a relic and it's appraised and you have received either a weapon or armor, they all have a level on them, and there's a maximum level of 5. So
Damn,
the
it goes
further
all
you
the way
push
to
into
5?
Norgan and the stronger enemies you defeat,
I think in the
the higher
original
chance
Dark
you have
Arisen
of
it
getting
didn't
a
go
higher
that high,
level
but I don't
drop,
remember.
which then means a higher level and stronger weapon or armor.
That's cool. So the harder the challenge, the sweeter the reward.
はい、一番強い敵ですとか一番
Didn't it go?
苦しい戦い
Yeah,
ほ
it
ど
stopped at 3. I
も
thought it
らえ
was
る
3,
戦利
yeah.
品も遺産品もレベルが高いチャンスがあるということなんですね。
そうですね。その遺産品につく性能もよりユニークななかなか手に入らないレアリティの高いものが手に入ったりしていきます。
Exactly, and not only will they be higher level, but the chances of having more unique skills attached to them goes up the further you go in and the harder the enemy. So
This
it's
is
worth it.
so
The build crafting
RNG,
is
by
gonna
the
be
way.
insane.
It's crazy.
Now we have our loot. We're doing this live. It's the moment of truth. What are we going to get? We're going to use some rift crystals now to open our loot. And we have a material. We have a
Spirit
mage's
Gargoyle's
staff there. We have
Perch.
a
Ravening
great sword by
Coil.
the looks of it. and we have a arch staff as well. And we have a piece
Bolstered
of armor.
outset.
Now, I'm just going to go over them again so you can have a look. You can kind of see the special
Grand
skills
Halidom,
attached
so
to
that's
the weapon.
like the better
and some
heal.
passives as well. Now, I'm not going to be revealing those or what they are. It's up to you to have a little theorizing and think, what could this mean? Like Saurian counter. And then we have, obviously, some skills there. So yeah, very, very interesting. Striking resistance 1. So there's passives and skills on there. But what I will do, because we've got Kinoshita-san here. Kinoshita-san, do you have a favorite new or enhanced skill or passive on a piece of gear in Dark Arisen that you're willing to share with us? Just between us.
Just between us and the 8,000 people on stream right now.
この追加スキルとかこのスペシャルスキル、パッシブスキルはすごくいいなと思っているものがあれば教えてください。ここだけの話で大丈夫です。ネタバレにはならないです。
いや、配信で流れてるんでここだけは難しいんですけど、後半のユニークなアビリティはちょっと伏せておきたいんですけれども、僕はファイターがよくプレイするので、カスタムスキル EX の円月切り EX というスキルは、スピンが6回転できるので、非常にこの周囲の敵を一網打尽にできるような動きがして、フィニッシュも気持ちよくて僕は気に入ってます。
Something tells me that what happens in the streaming room doesn't just stay in the streaming room, and any secret side tell you will go beyond this room. But so
why would you say that?
About the skills you can get towards the end of the expansion. But as I said, I'm generally playing as a fighter, and I really like the upgraded spin attack because it lets me spin up to 6 times and cause a lot more damage. So that's one that I always find really fun to use personally.
I think that's plainly Loon Slash what he's talking about.
You're gonna have to wait and see.
Spin to win it is then. So something to look out for when you get to jump into Dark Arisen from October 9th. And with that, I think that wraps up our gameplay segment. So we're going to hop now to full camera because we have more questions for you, our amazing Arisen, in chat. So I'm going to pick this back up now. So Kinoshita-san, we've done some gameplay, we've answered some questions, you've given us some juicy new bits of info as well, so thank you very much for that. But what are you most excited for players to see and experience in Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen?
ゲームプレイもお見せしましたし、いろんなこと聞けたんですけど、これは一番ユーザーが体験するのを個人的に楽しみにしてますという要素は何でしょうか？
そうですね。ノルガンの体験すべて新しい体験なので楽しんでほしいんですけれども、今回ダークアリズンという名前をつけているので、そのストーリーの結末、なぜダークアリズンっていうネーミングになったのかっていう結末にも注目してほしいです。
Of course, everything about Norgan is one big feature I want people to experience. It's a brand new area, nothing like what you've seen before in Dragon's Dogma. But apart from that, as we've chosen the name Dark Arisen for the expansion, it gives you an indication if you're familiar with the past game, something about the nature of the storyline. But I'm looking forward to players getting their hands on the game and going through the story and really discovering the implications of that name to the fullest. So lots to look forward to.
Ooh, a question that gives us another question. But anyway, we'll leave that there. That's for you to discover. So the community responds to your recent confirmation that the ability to change the appearance of your gear will be unlocked via a quest chain in Dark Arisen, or as you might know, if any Monster Hunter fans in the chat, like layered armor for Dragon's Dogma. That's been received incredibly well, so thank you everyone for your feedback on that. But I hear you can also unlock a wolf companion in Norgan.
最近ユーザーが聞いている嬉しい情報としては、
I unlocked it. I showed it in my video.
システムが告知されたんですごく喜んでいるんですけど、他に狼っていうコンパニオンみたいな要素があるっていう噂があるんですけど、一体どういうことなのでしょうか？
そこの画面にも映ってるんですけれども、ノルガンの集落には狼がいて、お肉を与えることで遺産品を探しに行ってくれます。連れ出すことができます。
I don't know if we can see the gameplay screen on the stream right now, but in the settlement in Norgan, you'll find a wolf.
Should we switch back to the gameplay?
Yeah, because you can see him in the corner of the screen there. So if you make friends with the wolf by feeding it some meat, it will actually go out into the wilds and you can follow it and discover relics. So it's a very useful companion.
Wow.
あと、撫でれますよ。
Oh, you can pet the wolf.
There you go. You can pet the wolf. That's
I show that
incredibly
in
cool.
my
Thank
video.
you for the extra confirmation there. That is a nice surprise. And,
there are no new vocations.
Just a couple more questions.
At least that have been officially
announced. We've been speaking
announced.
a lot, obviously, about Dark Arisen today. So a lot of our viewers will be wondering, when can I access the DLC? When can I play this content? So could you let our viewers know when they'll be able to access both the Lost Right dungeons as well as the Forsaken Domain of Norgan when
I
Dark
think
Arisen
it's
launches?
based on level, but after you reach
本編の進行につれてい
Vermund,
つ頃
if
か
I'm
ら
not...
ロストライツの方とノルガンの方に
The
移動のことが
biggest thing is like what happens if you're
は
in
い、
the Unmoored world, but
本
I
編
think
の
it's
ストー
just
リ
New
ー
Game
の
Plus.
すごく序盤からアクセスすることができます。ベルンワース城の夜の酒場のベルントというキャラクターと会話することでアクセス可能です。
It's pretty early on, actually. As long as you get through the opening sections of Dragon's Dogma 2 and get to Vernworth, and then you visit
Yeah,
the
Vernworth.
inn at nighttime and talk to Brant, everyone's favorite NPC, then he will offer you the quests that give you access to the content. So you don't have to wait too long if you're starting the game afresh. And if you're already through the game, it'll be pretty much there waiting for you.
Oh, fantastic. So win-win whether you're going in with a fresh Arisen or, once again, if you're kind of midway through the game, you can just jump back there. You've not missed like a checkpoint as such and gone past it.
Great.
The exception will probably be
And
the
with
Unmoored
that,
world, I think.
We are in the closing parts of our stream. But Kinoshita-san, is there anything else you want to share today or say to our audience?
今日は一旦最後になるんですけど、
はい
ユーザーの皆さんに伝えたいメッセージなどあればどうぞお願いします。
はい、ユーザーの皆さんがこれで終わるなよドラゴンズドグマ、待ってるぞ信じてるぞカプコンっていう応援をいただい
Hey, Oscar,
て
what's up?
この DLC を作ることができたので本当に皆さんのおかげです。感謝しています。ありがとうございます。
Firstly, I'm really grateful to the passionate fan base because it was you guys constantly banging on about wanting to have more Dragon's Dogma 2 that really pushed the motivation of the team to create additional
The
content.
copium that generated a
waiting,
DLC,
but not
that
too
is
much longer to
crazy.
wait now, and thank you for your
Weaponized copium.
と繰り返しになるんですけれども、カプコンブースで To Dark Arisen 遊べるのでぜひ遊びに来てください。
And just to remind everyone, if you're coming to Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, you can play this quest and 2 others right here on our booth. So
Thank you,
please come along if you can and give it a try.
Exactly. We are here in Hall
Glutathion.
9. You can't miss us. There's a giant glowing Capcom logo. So do come by. And I'll probably be here as well. So come say hi and play some Dark Arisen. And with that, that wraps up today's Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen stream. Of course, Patrick, thank you so much for your lovely localization. Really, really appreciate it. And of course, to our very special guest, director of Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. You know that already, though. Kento Kinoshita, thank you so, so much for coming by and sharing more information with us.
Arigatou
And
gozaimashita.
for those, obviously, we've seen all the questions and the excitement for the title update in chat. Thank you. Honestly, your passion is amazing for all of us. That is coming soon. We know soon is a vague date, but it's coming soon. We've not forgotten about it. Don't you worry. And we can't wait for you to get your hands on it as well. And of course, Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch 2 on October 9th. So please look forward to it. And if you've liked what you've seen today, drop in a pre-order. You also get some sick Norgan gear that you can make use of the new layered armor system as well when the expansion comes out.
And if you pre-order and haven't started the main game, you can start it right away.
Exactly. There is an edition where you will get the base game and then that you can get expansion ready. And there's going to be this tile update soon, which will make the game even juicier. And with that, though, thank you all so much for tuning in. Alas, the wind is pushing us. So
The
we need a
wind
ferry
is
stowed away.
pushing
Thank you all so much for tuning in.
into the
I've been Jonno,
currents
he's been
again.
Patrick, and this has been Director Kento Kinoshita. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Ah,
ありがとうございます。
That's pretty cool. We got to watch some new gameplay from Fimble, the dragon. But yeah, not really like a lot of whole new information. I think that most of the stuff that they covered here, I also covered on my video, but you did get to watch the gameplay for the Fimble dragon being fought by Jonno as a sorcerer. Now, one of the things that I really want to call out, I know that a lot of people are not going to care about this, but like, damn, Patrick is looking good. It's like, I know it's kind of weird, but it's like back, the first time I met Patrick was like 2 years ago. He looked fine. I'm just saying that he looked way better. Like, he looked like he's been working out or something or on a diet. I don't know. Bro was positively glowing. Looked way healthier than he did like 2 years ago. It's like he aged backwards for some strange reason. Patrick is awesome. I was just kind of like surprised. And to the people saying that like Jonno looks like a giant, he is. Jonno like towers over me, and I'm not like a short guy. Okay, Jonno absolutely towers over me. He's massive. But yeah, I think that the DLC is going to be awesome. I already got to pet the wolf. That was pretty fun. Also fought the undead dragon. Hell, I ripped the head off of the undead dragon, which was really satisfying. I had the new skill, which was eviscerating skewer on my one-handed axe, which we did not have one-handed axes back in base Dragon's Dogma 2. And I had that on my one-handed axe, and I just like eviscerating skewered him in the head, and the head just like pop. Then you look at his head, there's just like a gaping hole where his head used to be. That was really cool. No, you are a short guy. Shut up, Daimino. No, I'm not. I absolutely am not. Wait, axes? Yes, axes. You haven't seen my video? Don't call me Steve. Yes, there's axes, one-handed axes for fighters and two-handed axes for warriors. That's one of the things that I confirmed. Yep, absolutely. You get axes. I gotta catch up. Yeah. The only update is the same frost dragon we've seen a million times. I mean, if that's the way you want to look at it, there's lots of new content for the DLC. If you don't want to jump in, that's fine. But like, listen, I'm jumping in for more Dragon's Dogma 2. Absolutely. It is what it is. Thought you were a dwarf, Rurikhan, since you played dwarves all the time. Just because I like dwarves doesn't mean I'm actually short. I'm not. I'm not super tall either. I'm like an average height dude. I kind of feel like one of the things that they could improve with these Capcom live streams is the length. That's one piece of feedback I've always sent back to them, is like, I feel like these are way too short. Like, what was that? Was it like 30 minutes or something? That was like a 30-minute segment. I keep telling them, you got to show more, man. It's weird because like they'll show everything in trailers, but then when it comes to the live streams at Gamescom, they'll give you like a little snippet of gameplay. Did they confirm anything like Bloody Knuckles? Not that I'm aware of. No, I really wanted the monk vocation. There's no new vocations. At least nothing that's been officially announced yet. Like, it's the same vocations we had before. You are getting some new skills for those vocations. But yeah, that's pretty much the way that it goes. All right. Guys, I'm going to be calling this stream here because it was just to check out what was the new stuff coming up the pike for Dragon's Dogma 2. Super pumped on October. We're going to be here, going to play the crap out of the game. It's going to be an absolute blast. If you guys are on YouTube, you'll automatically get redirected to the next stream because I'm probably even going to start it early. We will be playing some more Mortal Shell 2. I want to see if I can just like wrap that up because I have a lot of other things that I want to dedicate my attention to. So likely today we're going to go in and we're going to beat the crap out of that final boss after doing just a little bit more of exploration. But yeah, for now that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes on the next stream. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.